Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Legit Agents. Today we got a super fun one, probably one of the more important ones, whether you're a new agent or you've been around for a little while and you're starting to hit that ceiling of production. This is gonna be the 5 skills every realtor should be doing.
There we go, let's do it. What's up, guys? We are the Legit Agents. I am Eli Schmidt. This is my business partner, Will Grimes. If it's your first time visiting the channel, don't delay. Hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell because we're dropping a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. And we're telling everything there is to know about being a better agent, building a personal brand, and overall, just not sucking at this job that is real estate.
And hey, we are licensed realtors in the state of Colorado, so as much as we love making these videos, we'd love more to partner up with you guys as far as building your brand and your business. So if you'd like to do something like that, that's for you. Awesome. That number popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages. We are also the guys who answer those emails. Sometimes emails are fun because you can write a lot and kind of get your story out, but like it or not, we love doing that thing.
And you don't have to be in Colorado. Nationwide, guys, wherever you're at, we'd love to be working with you guys.
It's always fun, too, because we've got a YouTube channel outside of this called Living in Denver, Colorado, with our team, where we're the Mile High Property Brothers. So every time we're talking, it's always like, hey, guys, welcome to the channel, and like, subscribe. And like, when he doesn't say Living in Denver, Colorado, I'm always like, wait, what are we doing? Like, hey, we're talking to brokers, so we're talking to agents, and I'm like, oh, cool. Like, it's so much fun informing clients. So if you guys have seen our Living in Denver, Colorado channel, like, man, it's so much fun to educate consumers and have fun and hear their stories. More importantly, we are super partial to brokers, and we're starting to realize like a lot of good people out there just lack direction and some skill sets as far as really taking their business to the next level. So it's always fun. We can always kind of like just take the walls down a little bit, and like you're always a little bit careful when you're talking to consumers, but hey, when talking to agents, you guys get it, you understand it, you're looking for more, which is probably why you're on this channel in the first place. So a little long-winded, we just love helping you guys out, and it's a lot of fun. So every time I hear the whole, hey, Legit Agents, I'm like, oh, cool, we're talking to brokers today, let's get into it. A little long-winded, but we've got some 5 skill sets you guys should all be focused on when scaling your business.
All right, guys, so number 1, probably the most important one of these, guys, basic fundamentals, understanding your job and everything that it entails.
100%. So every time we get spoken to about the content that we make or what we do on social media or how we've built our team, right? We're going to talk a lot about team building on this channel as well as we progress from certain content. But the bottom line was, like, if you don't understand your craft, if you're not a practitioner in what you do, you're going to struggle, right? Because a lot of the content you talk about with consumers, it's about that. So if we're on Facebook and we're talking to our sphere and some of our friends that already know us on there, and we're giving a value add. We've talked about this in like our brand building video. We love giving content away that's a value add for a consumer. So not a photo at a closing, right? Not a, hey, look at my listing, but a, hey, what's real estate mean to your consumer? So for example, what is earnest money and how to protect it? That's a great video. Well, if you don't understand contracts, if you don't understand the dates and deadlines and how to adhere to a contract, it's going to be super hard for you to articulate not so much what earnest money is, but hey, how do you protect it? Well, what are the phases where you can protect earnest money and legally withdraw from a contract and get your earnest money back? Some of you might be thinking like, hey, that's super basic. Well, I understand. To the consumer, it's not, right? It's not. So understanding what your value add is, but more importantly, every time we see people trying to make content and kind of put the cart in front of the horse, we've got to pull them back because they don't understand contracts. They don't understand what their role is and what their job is, and they don't really understand their audience and what they're looking for and how to be that value add. So, but super, super important, guys, having the integrity behind your job before you ever do all this fancy, whatever this is. You've got to make sure that you're taking care of the most expensive buys and sells of people's lives. So be a professional, be a great quarterback at your job, right? Be a great Tom Brady.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Before you decide to be a head coach and you're going out there and you're trying to influence others.
And guys, as a new agent, you are gonna be like slammed with all these classes you can take and all these CE classes, even like experienced agents. It's like whenever they don't have any business going or they don't know what else to do to feel productive, they'll go and take a class. You're gonna be like deluged with all these classes to take. By far, if you're putting an emphasis on any of those classes, it should be contracts class. Not just understanding what it says, but what it means. More importantly, I don't need to reiterate everything Will just said, but the meaning behind those contracts is so important.
Could you imagine losing somebody's earnest money because you didn't advise them the right way? it's not you that's on the hook, it's your clients that are on the hook. So take that super serious.
Yep.
Be a professional. All right, guys, number 2 is going to be managing your clients and then just managing the entire deal. What do I mean by managing the entire deal? Well, let's start with clients, managing your clients. We do what's called a buyer presentation as we get started with folks. We introduce them to our preferred lender. We start creating a game plan as far as what it looks like for them purchasing a home. We also lay out the game plan of what it looks like to go execute buying a home. So looking for homes online, looking for homes in person, submitting offers. What does that look like? Hey, once we're under contract, earnest money, how to protect it. Inspections, what to expect from inspections when we're going through and getting your insurance and your HOA documents, what to look for there. Appraisal, final walkthroughs, like we literally prep them on the entire process we're about to get to when they're not emotional. Yeah. That way when they're in the deal and they do have some emotions arising, I can advise them, we can reflect back on what we've taught before, and they're level-headed about it. But the bottom line is we're managing clients' emotions, we're prepping them for what's to come, makes us look professional, and early on, it puts you in a seat of advisement. So when you're in that role, when you guys are out looking for homes, they're already used to listening to you and taking some of your guidance versus them thinking that they know better and you look disorganized and not prepared. A lot of those things can affect your entire deal, right? And then what do we talk about when we talk about managing the entire deal, or more importantly, just working well and managing another agent on the other side of the table?
Right. Guys, the biggest thing there that I've picked up, I learned a lot of this from Will whenever him and I partnered up about 3 years ago. I know. I learned a lot of this
taller
from him.
Today.
How important it is.
Rewind that.
I learned a lot of this from Will whenever him and I partnered up about 3 years ago. I know. All right, now we're back again. So nice, had to say it twice. Now, guys, I had to learn really how to communicate and articulate appropriately. I had to learn what's a text message, what's an email, what's a text message, what's a phone call.
What's in person. Yeah.
And what's in person. Yeah, 100%, guys. And man, by far, as soon as I started really honing and developing that skill of articulation, that skill of communication, I really was able to, I saw my offers getting accepted more. I found us getting our way through inspections more. I found clients listening to me better when it came down to pricing a home and what we should offer. Mm-hmm. That made my job 1,000 times easier, just honing that skill of articulation.
You've got some conflict in real estate, and it's no disrespect to anyone, but the average is, right? Realtors do 3 to 5 deals a year. So how professional and prepared are they at their deals? So even if they're on a listing, doesn't mean that they're prepared. And you've got some folks that have been around 20 years. Some people have 20 years of experience. Yep. Some people have 1 year of experience that they've done 20 times. Yep. You never really know. The better you communicate, the better you problem solve, the better off you're gonna be. Like super good story or good example for you guys is, hey, if a sewer needs a ton of repair or if a roof needs a ton of repair, buyers are cool with it. Hey, nothing's gonna get fixed right now, but we wanna give buyers concessions. Well, you're gonna run into a problem because what if that roof costs $12,000? Or the sewer just needs to be completely replaced and it's gonna cost $12,000 to $14,000. Sellers are okay to give it, but it's gotta come from the proceeds. Okay, so hey, we'll do concessions. Well, you can only get so many concessions at closing, correct? Most people don't know, sellers can have money placed in escrow with title.
Yep.
Or with escrow. If you're in California, somewhere else, you guys go through escrow. You don't do too much with title here in Colorado. Title and escrow, title does the majority of, if not all the work here, right? So, but you can put money in holding in escrow that can be received by a buyer after the deal. Yes, it has to be structured a certain way, but the bottom line is most people don't know that. But if you do know that and you've got an obstacle with the seller where, hey, on resolution, they're okay to combat some things, but they don't understand that they can do that, so they think it has to come in the form of concessions, but you can only get so much concessions as a buyer. Shit, we can't get past this problem, and maybe buyers aren't in it for that now because they can't get the full amount. But if you guys understand that you can have it outside of that, different, now we can overcome that. So just understanding that the more prepared you are, the more team player, right, that you make that other agent with you as far as overcoming obstacles while still representing your client, keeping deals together, and just being creative and understanding everything you can possibly do to make something work for your client, the better. Don't rely on a buyer agent and don't rely on a listing agent just because they're selling the home, that they're versed in all of these aspects. So the better prepared you are, the better of a team player and the better representation for your client you're going to be. But the bottom line is It all starts from knowing your craft and executing your craft as proficiently as possible before you can ever help another agent or any other consumers.
Now, before we go to number 3, I want to throw a quick little pitch in here for our private Facebook page called The Legit Agents. It's a private Facebook page, realtors only. We're in there live 1 or 2 times a week. We're doing a deep dive on all this stuff, guys. So if you want to learn more about this buyer presentation and managing emotions and articulating, guys, go join that page right now. As soon as you're done with this video, go look it up, request to join, and we'll get you in there, guys. We do live videos where you can interact directly with us. You can post in there, ask questions for us to make more videos on. Just want to throw it out there real quick.
We try to get in there once a week, guys. It's free. There's no obligation there either. That's where I'll get on and go live for an hour and completely go through a buyer presentation and answer questions. So super cool, super intimate. If you guys need more education, definitely go there, request to be on it, answer the questions that are required of you, and we'll let you inside, and you guys can crank on that. But great tip. All right, guys, number 3 is building a brand and then brand awareness. So what do we mean about that? So building a brand, we have a video out already on brand building, so go watch that. But more importantly is just understanding, like, okay, building a brand, what's a brand? It's you. Whatever you are, whatever your value is, it's just understanding how to capture that, right? And the biggest tip we can give you guys is document, don't create. Don't try to create stories. Don't try to create movie trailer style videos and then, oh, I'm showing my listing or I'm showing this drone footage of downtown. Like, it's not so important to a consumer. The value add to a consumer is educating them on how to be a seller or a buyer. Bottom line, right? So, but how you choose to articulate, what you choose to wear, how you choose to put music in your background, or whatever your delivery is, hey, that's where it's you. Fundamentally, you guys might be very similar to us. Cool. A lot of companies that have completely different brands are fundamentally very similar when it comes to building it. And then the brand awareness. If you guys are super new to brand awareness and you're not capitalizing on YouTube and some things like that here yet, all good. Number one thing you could be doing is your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, and then, hey, okay, I'm on there. How do I build my awareness? You've got to figure out your value add. What makes you unique? What's important to sellers and buyers, right? And giving them a value add, giving them something that they can take away from your videos or your photos or your write-ups. And then the biggest thing you can do is just being consistent, right? Practice getting on there once a week and doing your videos. And I promise you, through consistency, that's where a lot of this builds, right? Like, guys, before our YouTube channel, before being with EXP, we were with Berkshire Hathaway. We were top 1%, and then we were top 0.5% in the world for those guys. With the team of 9, no Zillow leads, no realtor.com leads, all content creation, brand awareness. And then we taught our agents how to do it, and we achieved the highest levels there before we branched off to EXP, where we're nationwide, where we can help you guys out and partner with you if you guys choose to. But the bottom line is, we started ourselves and we started our agents as they progressively got better, but they started on social media. They started becoming consistent, and what they were putting out was super valuable to a consumer. Bottom line.
If you are a new agent, this is probably one of the things you're going to neglect. You may think, oh, I need to get more experience before I get on camera and start talking, or I don't have a value add.
This is where you get, I'm cutting them off. This is where you get your reps in, and with integrity, speak to what you can. Don't go outside of your lanes and start talking about things that you just haven't learned yet, but what you have learned, I'm imagining if you're licensed, you've learned a good amount. And you've also learned a lot more than most consumers have. Right? So don't be romantic about what you talk about. Realize that what you know already right now is super valuable. And if you've been around for 5, 7, 20 years and you're watching this, man, you need to get to the whiteboard and start throwing all of your content and your systems and your processes of what's made you successful. You got to start writing it out so we can organize it and figure out how to make that deliverable.
Yeah, and as a new agent, when he says what makes you successful, talk about things you've learned from the past. Talk about maybe your mom, maybe you're new into real estate. Have a video once a week about how things that you've developed, skills that you developed as a mother, how that applies to real estate. Maybe it goes to managing your kids, it's like managing your clients. If you're a veteran, maybe you can talk about the things that you learned when you were doing your service, how that applies to real estate, and how that makes you a good real estate agent now. It doesn't matter how long you've been in real estate, people still want to hear that stuff.
That's super important. I'm so glad he said it, because we're probably just going to make a video for you guys, or several videos on identity. How to figure out who you are. And then, okay, I kind of know who I am, but how to make it tangible, how to articulate who you are, and how does that help enhance your business, right? But super good topic. We'll definitely crank out a video for you guys. All right, guys, moving on. I'm kind of hogging the mic. Normally he says the number, I say the topic. I'm just going to do both.
Have at it, buddy. Have at
Number
it.
4 is going to be your follow-up, right, / relationship. So super, super important. I'm sure a lot of realtors that are watching this that have been around for a long time, you're going to love this one. Here's a caveat to all of this jazz. gotta love helping people. You gotta be in it, and you gotta be doing the right thing. Doing the right thing is always the right thing. And you gotta love helping people, okay? I'm not the guy that gets excited about homes and backsplashes. It's cool. I've seen a lot of them. I get jazzed up about taking people through a process with the integrity of understanding that I can help them get to where they're going. And I've got the integrity to feel like I do a great job at it. And I love that, and I love the reaction of people when they buy a home. I love the reaction when people are selling and we create a different opportunity for them. I'm in it for that. Now, if you super, super care and you're in it for that, whether you're new or you've been around a long time and you respect that integrity, the follow-up is what proves it, okay? Doesn't matter how hard you try to talk about how much you care about people, if you don't check back up with them, if you're not engaged and involved in their life, how can you say you care? It sounds like you cared about the money, and it's different. It's not just pop-by gifts and mailers. There's a different way to do that, right? And we're gonna teach some of that to you guys as well, but I'm sure one of the questions you have is like, if you've got more than 5 clients that you've closed a deal on before, you're like, how do I keep up with everybody? How do I touch all of my past clients like a real relationship other than mailers or pop-by gifts or the text yeah, you're right, it's super hard. Systems and processes through technology. We do a lot of private Facebook groups for our clients. We let them not only engage with us, they get them engaged with each other. Like, how cool is that? What cool gifts could you have better than giving your client all of your other clients, right? There's some cool stuff that we teach, again, on the private Facebook group, or hey, if you guys are partnering with us, we go over that in depth and in detail to help you guys exceed at that. But the bottom line is you gotta give a shit. Guys, you gotta care, and you gotta make sure that the follow-up is super sound.
Yeah, and part of it, guys, systems, processes, but then grit work. Like, there's a lot of grit work of just, putting your head down and messaging 100 people. Like, there really is. Like, there's a certain part of
or 12 people a day.
Or 12 people a day.
12 and a half.
But
so start one.
And that's a system. But man, when it comes down to executing the system, that's where people drop off. There's a lot of people that love setting up big elaborate systems, but when it comes to doing the system, they've got no interest or they fall off. So part of that, guys, is just developing the work ethic to have a system of maybe it's 10 people a day you're messaging or putting phone calls in or text messages.
And you don't need an accountability coach, okay? You don't need it. You don't. Like, we're adults, we're professionals. Keep ourselves accountable. What you need is direction.
Yeah.
What you need is how to. And then get off your butt and then do it.
Discipline. You lack a discipline.
Period.
Next time you must follow direction. You lack discipline.
If you're paying for an accountability coach, man, it's almost like an oxymoron. Like, we've talked to agents here locally in Colorado, and we talk about accountability coaches. I say, great, how are they keeping you accountable? Oh, well, hey, they're here for this. And, okay, cool. Oh, they're here. Okay, so they're talking to you about video and everything else. How many videos have you made in 6 months? 2? How accountable are they keeping you?
Yeah, we have conversations like this all
Guys,
the time.
An accountability coach that you pay, they're not going to fire you. They want your income. They're going to keep letting you pay, but are they really? Now, if you get told, stop calling me, get out of here, a lot more accountable. Hey, you can't be on the team unless you perform. That's accountability. So don't over romanticize the coaches or what you need for your real estate business. What you need is a plan and some direction and keeping yourself accountable, scheduling things in your calendar, getting after it, bottom line.
Now, this goes into the 5th point. Perfect segue. Systems. We talked about systems just before this, right? And setting up these big elaborate things. Now, the trick is actually executing upon that, but this is important in this video because if you are a new agent, again, this is one thing that you're gonna think can come later. Here's the thing, if you're not developing systems and processes when you have 1 client or 5 clients, it's gonna be way freaking harder to do it when you have 20 clients or 50 clients.
And every day you don't have it, you're just disorganized.
It's true.
And you're risking looking unprofessional to a client.
It is so true. It is so true. Now, some of the basic fundamental systems you should have. Google Calendar. You guys may not think that's a system. It's a system. Sticking to it and living out of that is a system. Having a CRM, EXP has a phenomenal CRM. I'm a CRM junkie. The one that they provide, KV Core, really good. It's got everything that we need. We live out of that. I've got some other tools. Actually, in our private Facebook group, I did a whole hour-long live video on the majority of the systems that we use.
I was not there. You guys do not want me for that, right? But the whole self-awareness, I'm not your guy for that.
But everything from what happens when a client reaches out in a text message, that's the first domino that lays down all these other dominoes that are our system, all the way to, hey, a client is closed on a house, and then the whole system to keep in touch with them going forward.
You got to be professional. If you want to separate yourself from this low bar of entry of becoming an agent, whether you like the agents that are agents in your state or not, doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is they're there. So if you want to be different, if you want to level up, you've got to find a way to be a professional. Part of being a professional is having a system and a process. period. More importantly, if you guys have questions on that, yes, we are licensed brokers in the state of Colorado. Yes, we do love partnering and helping other agents that want to build their brand and build their business just as much as we love making these videos
all
for free for
across
you
the
guys.
nation, not just Colorado.
All over, right?
Yes.
It's definitely, it's super fun. We love talking to you guys, just other brokers and just vibing out. So if you guys want to build your business, build your brand, that number popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages and the emails. So if that's something for you guys in addition to these free videos, hey, great, reach out, give us a call. Let us know how we can help you.
Yeah, and in the meantime, guys, hit that subscribe button. Again, maybe you're not ready to partner with us. Maybe you don't want to come to our Facebook page. Hit that subscribe button,
Super
guys.
pissed off right now.
Twice
Don't
a
even
week.
make that okay.
Twice
What
a
is he
week.
saying?
I know. Twice a week, we're dropping new videos for you guys. So at a bare minimum, make sure you're staying on top of the content we're putting out there. And regardless of where you're at in your career, new agent, experienced agent, really, we just recognize that there is so much bullshit in the real estate industry. We want to be the two dudes that come out here and just, hey, no BS, no hidden agendas. We don't care if you do anything or give us a dime. Man, we just want to help make agents better out there.
Build your brand, build your influence. That's where all the attention is going. The more prepared you are, the better you guys are going to be. The more professional you guys are going to be. The more successful you're going to be. The more people you're helping at a high level. See you guys in the next video.
See ya.